Alright, so... yeah, there is that place over there. I'm not sure why I keep saying all this stuff about the Githyanki crash. Like, the Lae'zel's dead, so I don't think there's any point in trying to go over there. I don't know. Like, it feels like it's way off our current objective. So I think we just want to go back this way. Brakes auto-follow. Freaking gosh. You can't auto-follow me through there. Okay, do you know what? Let's just go. Make it easier on myself. Alright, so... guess we've, like, explored all this. Up the road to Baldur's Gate. Moonrise Tower's objective. Tieflings. We can explore this area a bit. Kind of feel like this is going to be the exit, though, to the... where we go later in the game.
Fires and tents. The Absolute's army is camped here. Better not press my luck.
Oh, wow. The Absolute's army. Oh, wow. Yeah, never mind. So I guess Moonrise Towers it is? Let's do it! Feel like we're already... like this, like I said, is this really the end of the act? Autosave, that's ominous. Oh, we haven't cast aid yet. Aid for sure. Aid.
No time to rest.
That's far enough.
His thoughts invade your own, probing for purchase. Your parasite purrs in recognition.
Ah, one blessed like myself. What news, true soul?
Little news for the field. What news inside?
General Ketheric's advisor went off on a field trip. Zarel's in charge till he gets back.
You'll find Zarel in the audience chamber, true soul. She'll be wanting to hear from you.
Let's hope this Zarel likes what we have to say.
In her name.
Praise the Absolute.
Alright. This is gonna be like a whole town area. That's actually probably a good thing. I was expecting worse, so...
We are favored. We are blessed.
Barely alive by most standards. And still it bows to the Absolute.
The blessed will conquer all.
Not for communal use, it seems. Best show some respect. Or some more cunning.
Alright.
Serve her. All will serve her. There is only the Absolute.
Alright.
Brother took my meat. They sloop and steal. We
Guess there's not too much there.
and struggle.
Plenty of supplies if you're running low, true soul.
Alright.
There can be no doubt. This is the place. This is where we'll discover the secret of the Absolute.
Another true soul. The disciple will want to see you through the main doors. Welcome, true soul. The disciple will have work for you, I expect. So much to be done.
I'm checking again. Wouldn't head into the main hall if I were you. Cyril and Keferick are working on some poor worm.
Heard a rumor some do-gooder stopped a horde of absolutists from getting their hands on a load of druids in some grove. Whoever it was, better pray the general doesn't smoke 'em out. Be a bloodbath, so it would.
Oh boy.
Bunch of the others were rounded up in the main hall a while ago. They ain't come back.
Oh boy. We're kind of in town. We probably can't, like, loot up the place like we normally would. Ugh.
Maybe I'll need more pockets.
Alright.
Something slimy seems to be dripping from the rafters above.
Merchant down there. Merchant? Araj Oblodra.
Araj Oblodra, trader in all things occult. A very great pleasure to meet you, true soul. Should you be interested, I have a particular offer I'd like to make.
Let's hear about the special offer of yours.
Put plainly, I'd like your blood. A vial of true soul's blood, specifically. With one drop, I can brew a rather potent potion for you. The rest, I keep for myself.
Not sure. My blood is exceptionally sought after.
Well, that's why we're trading, no? I assure you, the potions are more than worth their weight.
What kind of potion can you make?
No idea, but it will be unique to you. Your blood essence and the Absolute's blessing intertwined. We can learn exactly what that means together,
What exactly you plan to do with your share?
Research, naturally. We Oblodras are simply curious by nature.
You realize why the name rings familiar? House Oblodra was purged a century ago by an alliance of rival drow houses. Among the many crimes tallied against them, their reckless experimentation with illithid breeding stock.
Alright. Let's do it.
Just a little prick and it's all over. Close your eyes. There we are. All of your very best traits in a bottle. Use it well.
Elixir of half elven healing. Oh, we forgot about this cloak too.
Oh, I could go for a good
Doesn't even have a real cloak yet, so this will be good. The cloaky cloako. Nice.
Let's move.
Where's my potion? You and allies regain hit points equal to your constitution or so. Oh wow, that actually seems like a really good healing potion.
Just a pinch of... Ah, is this hallucinogenic? Welcome back, true soul. You've come in the spirit of trade, I hope.
Show me your stock. Circlet of hunting. Does spell save. Ooh, this still looks pretty good. Oh wow, we do all kinds of thunder damage because we're Storm Sorcerer. This is, yes. Even it's like says like a steeple had pretty cool too. There's so many magic items in this game that it's like it almost feels like isn't worth buying more. Arcane choke. That's a definitely risky ring. Ring of free action. Those were always so good in the original trilogy and the other. Oh hey, we got Harlequin black and white dye. You know me, I gotta buy all these. Black and azure. On alabaster. Didn't sound that great. Okay, we gotta sell stuff. These bottles. Alright, dagger +1, hand axe +1, bow +1. All right. As I have a bad habit of not wanting to give up any of my magic items. Unless they're like basic, like something +1 or 2. You know, I'll never use a lot of these. Learning the benefits of a long rest. Interesting.
Come back anytime.
Alright. These are all... Everything's red.
You brought her, the Moon Witch. She is pleased. Do you see it in her eyes?
Huh? What?
The Absolute will eat this cleric's light. But it won't be enough. Not nearly enough.
Oh wait, is he talking about Isabel? Trying to think. Also, it could just be really weird. More of those black orb things following me.
The Absolute will eat this cleric's light. But it won't be enough. Not nearly enough.
I'm way too big. This is the spot that's marked on that map.
Huh. Hidden treasure? Alright, that's what we gotta do. Well. There you go.
I have a lot on my mind. And well, in it.
Huh. That's it, huh? Bit disappointing, but that's fine. Big.
Hush! Meat sounds above. Here.
For a moment, you do hear it. Flesh sliding on stone, like a living being extending through the walls.
Something in the walls? What is it?
Dig! In walls above. Maybe. Whole tower. Loudest near kitchen. But Mig banned. Not allowed to pet nose. You find meat? You share.
Don't mind Mig and her meat sounds. It's just her brain slopping around in her skull.
You'd find better lodgings out in the war camp, Trousseau. I know we're all one under the Absolute, but you do not want to bunk with an ogre.
Other merchant?
And this was funny when it was just goblins branding arses, but you lot mean business, eh?
And the dreams came.
Oh no, is it still... It's her. I remember her.
Ah, a new face come to bask in the light of the Absolute. How can I be of service, Trousseau?
New face we've met before at the goblin camp.
Of course. Just before some godless lunatic purged the place of every innocent soul. A pity neither of us saw what happened.
Really? You saw nothing at all?
Nothing worth repeating. Corpses don't much go in for commerce. Here, though, look around. All manner of beasties united against the enemies of the Absolute. Quite a god to bring them all together, and quite a fool who draw their ire. Hmm?
She knows my secrets. You were indeed quick to find your faith.
All who pass through here find their way to the Absolute, one way or another. How painful the path is, well, that's up to them. But look at me preaching, and when I'm only here to serve. Anything to trade, true soul?
Oh man. She's just like, ah, da, 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 da. Bad for business. Like, yeah, you might have killed a bunch of people, but I'm not gonna say much about it. Glaive, vicious. Enemies have disadvantaged saving throws. He said, I can actually use that weapon, which is funny, because my half-elf bonus gives me glaives. Monster Slayer glaive. Nair misser. Hey, magic missiles. And crossbow. Not proficient. Chainmail +2. We're gonna take 2 less dash damage. Heavy armor. Heavy armor. Chainmail +2. +1 bonus on initiative rolls. That'd actually be worth it for a Karlak. See. Ooh, that's actually sounds good. 7 heavy armor. Medium armor. Disadvantage self-attacks. Marksmanship hat. Huh, that actually... Initiative rolls are pretty important. Because I think Weil can use those. Alright. So she's still using that Githyanki half plate, huh? 1 bonus on initiative roll, so this is actually pretty good here. I think we do buy this here. Got money. We can sell this. I like how coy she was, like, what? I didn't see anything. It's bad for business. I thought she was some... Like I said, remember we accidentally gamed over because we aggroed her the one time. We had to reload. When we fight the priestess gut fight. That was a long time ago.
An honor, true soul.
Tempers are rising.
No.
It's clear not everything you find is at your disposal.
Ever at your service.
Alright, see, let's check out all that new stuff we just got. We got a bunch of new stuff recently, so... Got this hat here, which probably... Momentum's whatever. What is momentum to examine? Yeah, momentum's okay, but... Gain acuity. Yeah. Yeah, considering we are a storm sorcerer. This is all about us. Got a witch's hat. Yeah. Witch's hat for the win. Okay, it's short bow.
Sharp as ever.
Yeah, now you gain +1 to initiative rolls. That's good. Initiative's a really important stat. A really important stat. Boom. It's one more AC. Githyanki half plate we've been using for a long time. Very long time.
Is that blood? No, never mind.
We'd split these because apparently Baldur doesn't have any of these.
We once called monsters.
Alright.
It's Roa you want? We only talk when you've misbehaved.
Ha ha ha.
Well, Flo didn't tell a lie. She said you'd find me, and here you are. Karlak, isn't it?
Now there's a name I'd hope never to hear again. What was Flo doing here?
Didn't think to quiz her about her business.
Karlak, who's Flo?
Florenta the Garotta. A Cambion I knew back in Avernus. She was the closest thing I had to a friend. That said, she would have choked the life out of me if I ever turned my back on her. The fact that she knows where I am, where I might be going, doesn't exactly delight me.
Is she a threat?
Maybe. Probably. I don't know. She's a half-devil. Impossible to read. I wouldn't have given her the time of day, but even I needed a laugh once in a while. What can I say? The bitch had good jokes.
Enough chatter. Your friend gave me 3 soul coins, said I could sell them if I wanted. But if I kept them for you, she'd consider it a favor owed.
Soul coins, huh? Those could come in handy.
Let's have the soul coins then.
Sure. But she did have a condition. For every coin you take, you've got to hear the story of the soul trapped inside.
There you have it. Flo came all this way just to try to make me feel like shit. Clever use of her time. Memorized a bunch of sad stories on her behalf, did you?
Didn't need to. Your Flo did some devil woo-woo and stuck 'em in my head. Couldn't forget now if I wanted to. Do you want the coins or not?
Fine, get on with it then.
First coin's got the soul of a woman named Maveri. She was born to a cruel mother, and a violent father, and 3 evil brothers, all named Baldur. She never knew a day of love in all her life. When she was a girl of 15, she sold her soul to Tiamat in exchange for someone who would love her unconditionally. She got what she asked for. A fellow named Clint, destined to be her soulmate, struck by a cart and died a few moments after clapping eyes on our Mavery. Poor guy. The scud of her soul is yours now.
Thanks, I guess.
Next coin, please.
This one has got the soul of a man named Frakes. Lived in a village near Neverwinter. Hit hard by the worst hunger in 1,000 years. Frakes called out for help. Prayed for his children to have meat to eat. Zariel answered. Made old Frakes grow flesh upon flesh after flesh. His wee ones had all the meat they could stomach.
He should have known. Better to die 1,000 deaths than let Zariel into your life.
It's absolutely vile. Unsurprised at Zariel, but vile all the same.
Karlak's the one set to consume his soul, I hear. Last one's got the soul of a little boy named Ungir. 8 years old. He liked playing in the sun with his friends. That's all I know.
That's all?
That's all. Oh, and this slip of scratch.
Well, thanks, Flo. Hearing a bunch of desperate horror has ruined my day, which I suppose was the point.
You got 3 soul coins out of the bargain, didn't you? I'd quit whinging if I were you. I did my part. That means our business is done. Unless you've got actual gold to hand.
Let me see your wares. Initiative rolls. More initiative rolls stuff. Sulfurous note. Oh, these are good. Huh. Sentinel shield, ooh, shield bash. That's 3 and wait. Perception ability checks? Okay. Engaging heart, enraging heart garb. Means 2 + 2 constitution. Your unarmored defense, but I think the hard car like would need a lot more. Really make that worth it.
Better hope you can handle what I've got.
All right. Need a free action. We're halfway through level 7 already. Okay, this is, wait. An advantage on perception ability checks. Perception. What's perception? Not wisdom, it's wisdom. Maybe we put this on Shadow Heart.
Let's get on with it.
Has the this shield here. Can't land crits. Initiative. Does it show me what our initiative is? Initiative +2. Initiative +5. Like, initiative is so good. Not the nicest looking shield, that's pretty ugly looking. We diet. Do we have a black dye or something we just bought?
A long way to go.
This one. Really? Doesn't work. Nope. Fortunately not. The other one looks way better on her. The +5 initiative. Also, perception. Let's see. An advantage on perception ability checks.
Defender of the people.
Best get going.
My faith protects me.
Reeling for 2 turns. What does reeling mean? Might be better on than what Weil has.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interesting times.
Alright.
The Absolute herself called us here. They cannot stop us from seeing Zarel now. Where do you hail from, brother?
You're one of her blessed, aren't you? To hear her voice, I cannot imagine.
Back of the line. I'll be the first of us to swear to the General.
Not all of us survived the shadows to stand here. My wife, my sons, they were unworthy.
Interesting.
Each pack of recruits they bring in is worse than the last. Can't trust them to sweep the stables, let alone swing a sword.
I thought the Absolute welcomed all believers.
Not for me to say. All I know is they're bloody useless round here.
They have potential. Grey Warriors have been grown from less. Nope. Yeah, we have an inspiration. Let's try it. There you go.
No doubt. Isn't for me to question them above me. I'm sure you know your business. I'll see they get all the help they need, True Soul. And they'll need quite a bit.
Such a creature as that.
We are each of us threads in her design. We once called one.
Alright, so that goes stairs. Don't think we want to go down there. Oh.
We did as we was told, General. Followed every order.
The facts suggest otherwise. You were ordered to retrieve the artifact. You failed to do so.
Us? No, it was Minthara. She got the orders. She...
Enough!
A blast of mental energy washes over you, filling the room. Your tadpole squirms, urging you to obey.
You failed to retrieve the artifact. You failed to protect your true soul. You do not deserve to live.
I think we just keep silent here.
Mercy, General! Please!
General Thorm?
Let our newest arrival speak. You have seen what these creatures are capable of, and you have seen their inadequacies, isn't that so? What is your judgment?
You know I'm loyal! Tell him!
Enough! True Soul, tell the General how the goblins served our cause.
Haha. They're faithful soldiers. You should set them free.
See? What I tell ya? Praise the Absolute.
Faith without action is anemic, sickly, in a word, useless. We are too close to the ending and the new beginning. I can coddle failure no longer. Kill them, quickly.
What? No! You creaking old bag of shit!
Oh.
I'm so sorry, my lord. She's an unbeliever outside my control.
Try again.
Okay. Has that immortality thing, huh? Oh, the book said something about that. Ooh.
Dispose of the rest as you see fit. Or better yet, put that true soul to use. They've proven themselves reliable.
Of course, my lord. Thank you. You heard the General. The goblins are yours. Deal with them however you wish.
What am I to do with them exactly?
They are yours. You can release them, kill them, or feed them to each other for all I care. Just deal with them. Here in the seat of the Absolute's power, your authority over them is complete. They will obey any command. Report to me upstairs when you're done.
Please! You gotta help me! For old time's sake!
So I'm pretty sure these are the ones that were torturing Barkus Roots on the windmill. I said, and I've convinced them to let him go. He said he was a deep gnome. Unfortunately, he died in Last Light End, but I think we. I guess we'll release them. We'll see what happens. Might be a fight, but let's go for it.
Oh, praise the Absolute! And praise her true soul!
You did the right thing. I'm sure those nasties deserved a bollocking, but we're no executioners. Let's go see what Zarel makes of it.
The seat of the Absolute's power, occupied by a general that cannot be killed. But his followers are flesh and blood. We must learn what fuels his power.
Yeah, no, we're reading books and stuff. Like, one of them mentioned something about him getting immortality. Like, so that's Ketheric Thorn. That's his grand entrance, I guess. I was expecting a grander entrance, but guess that's like the main antagonist or something. But he's changed religions a lot, apparently. Like, he followed Saloon, then Shar, then Miracle, and apparently now he follows the Absolutes. Like I said, I guess when you're immortal, you don't have to worry about the consequences of changing faith. Normally, when you change faith like that, like there's a lot of consequences, especially because he's like, well, maybe, like, I guess he's not a cleric, but he said he was a paladin. But if you're a paladin who's like, it's kind of like if you're a paladin who swears your oath to a god rather than to an oath, like you have a special kind of, you end up kind of similar place to clerics, but clerics especially though, like changing faith as clerics has a lot of consequences, like even into the afterlife. Like there's some of them, like if you are like when you die, like I said, so the Forgotten Realms, like as well, Favor specifically is pretty awful. The afterlife is pretty awful. If like the god of the dead, Kelemvor, he judges you when you die, and if he finds that you were faithless, you get put into like the wall of the faithless. If he finds that you made a commitment to a god but then betrayed that god, you'll get judged as one of the false and are tortured for all eternity. So pretty much like, so clerics who's like I said, people who become clerics, like I said, they pledge themselves to a specific deity, right? So if they ever betray that deity, then they become one of the false in the afterlife in a lot of cases, like unless, like I said, unless it's Like I said, I mean, you can change face in certain things, like if it's like a similar face and you leave your previous one amicably, but if you like betray your god and get forsaken or whatever, you could end up as one of the false. Anyway, let's talk to people.
Don't try giving orders, true soul. Everyone here answers directly to Z'rell.
All right.
You bested the Saloonite. You'll have to regale us all over drinks.
Huh, so I guess it's because Isabel fell in that fight. I'm like liked here because I didn't save Isabel. I guess that's the solution. So it's like, so you don't get locked out of like a town. Like if you Flashlight Inn falls, you're now welcome here. If you defeated Markson, you might get a much colder reception. I don't know. That's an interesting thing to think about. Recruiting gnolls. Though gnolls verge upon being brute beasts who cannot follow orders couched in even the simplest terms, they can fulfill one important role in an army such as the one we are building. That of vanguard shock troops. Howling gnoll berserkers can be sent ahead in frontal assault to absorb defender spells and missile volleys, exhausting our enemies and munition before the arrival of the organized phalanxes or less savage troops. Currently, Ragsland's Hobgoblin Ranger nearby detached to the wilderness to track down gnoll war packs, capture each pack's flinned leader, and bring them back in good condition Moonrise Towers for tadpoling. Oh, remember when we fought that gnoll warlord Flynn that had a tadpole in it? This must be what happened. The Flints can be returned to their war packs, where we can count on their rank file to follow the orders of their leaders, who then be loyal to Absolute. 6 act packs should meet our needs. See to it. Disciples on the behalf of General Catherick. Interesting. I remember that.
You're not the first to brave the dark for the Absolute. The war camps are full to bursting.
Half orc. Invasion plans for Baldur's Gate. Map of Baldur's Gate depicting upper city, lower city, and outer city as far as Worm's Crossing, as well as Grey Arbor in the near course of Cornthar. Taking the groves off the table. Dictate describe Jansis by General Catholic. Druids, meddling and meddlesome. I have a history with them that makes me wary of underestimating. They'll certainly not welcome the rise of Absolute in their vicinity and could become significant obstacles if we don't find a way to take them out of play. I speak here, for starters, of the Emerald Grove, the Cloakwood Circle. They cannot easily be defeated without a significant diversion of resources, but they can perhaps be neutralized from within. Druids, by their very nature, do not smile. Yanthus value the balance of natural forces over the welfare of humanity in general, and in extreme, this is expressed by the faction historically known as Shadow Druids, who favor complete separation from the circles from what they regard as the old civilization. We shall identify the current leaders of the Shadow Druids, cultivate them with gifts, while intimidating with threats, and encourage them to see that the wisest and most prudent course is for the Druid circle to stand neutral. As the army of the Absolute marches on, the blighted cities of the civilized, disciples shall select an appropriate agent to parlay with the Shadow Druid leads. Eventually, all shall be infected tadpoles. Interesting. Okay, so the Cloakwood was a place in the original Baldur's Gate. They're talking about Shadow Druids. There was a character named Faldorn in the original Baldur's Gate. Actually, she appeared in Shadows of Om too, but like in Baldur's Gate 2 Shadows of Om, but right, she was a Shadow Druid. I believe if you recruit her in the Cloakwood Circle, like she was a playable character. I believe it was you recruit her from the Cloakwood Forest, if I remember correctly. It's been a while. But her and Jaheira did not get along at all, even though they were both druids. They were very different druids. They literally hated each other, and they would kill each other if you tried to keep them in the same party. But yeah, like I said, Shadow Druids are kind of they're kind of more lean towards evil. I mean, not necessarily evil. Like I said, a lot of druids are usually true neutral, but even within true neutral, there's some variations. But I think, well, I guess some of them could be neutral evil. I mean, it just depends on. But like they're definitely the more darker. So yeah, so I think that weird guy outside, he must have been talking about his book. So a few people have like indirectly talked about Isabel now. It's like, okay, so that's That's what they mean. You brought the cleric here. I was like, really, I was really confused. Like, what? Like, oh, like, he must be talked about as well. And, like, a few other people confirmed that. Indeed, so I'm getting credit for bringing Isabel here, which seems kind of horrible. But then again, she did call Shadowheart names. And, Shadowheart's my girl, so... I guess that's what she gets. Guess that's what she gets. No, I totally wasn't trying to... Like I said, didn't really understand what was going on in that fight until it's too late, so I was like, oops. Like, but yeah, I think you're supposed to save her, but that fight was over quick, so I'm just rolling with it. The leadership of the Gentarium. Next word from the ongoing meta-text rebound by Yusufa Elgin, a scholar excommunicated from the Church of Daenir for heretical efforts to reconstruct the meta-text, or gods in all of lost and hidden knowledge. Despite their protestation to the contrary, takes no keen eye to see echoes of Vanite philosophy in modern Gentarian practice, a strict militaristic culture hierarchy where all power flows from the top. Who occupies that position today is a matter of some speculation, for the Black Network's leadership was thought destroyed along with the headquarters in Entel Keep in 1383 DR. In the following decades, however, a new base of power began to consolidate in the forces of the Darkhold, far to the south. As its center stands in Paragost, an enigmatic armored figure whom Zentarium's rebirth is almost single-handedly attributed. Whoever the leader, is clear that this new Zentarium have not abandoned plans for domination so much as recalculated their approach, where once their focus was on the subversion and conquest nations, the nature of today is much more concerned with establishing their stranglehold on the market, a power which crosses borders that are closed to more conventional forces. Interesting. Yeah, so Zentarium, that's like the other faction that Jaheira really disliked in the original game. Like, the other character she would clash with was Zent. Traveler's Guide to Sword Coast. You've read this one. Blink. Tiger Mist.
Bet that will fit in my pack.
A little gift. Marcus, I assume no explanation needed for just how rare these appendages are, and I trust you shall make good use of them. You'll have a golden opportunity to please the general. Do not squander it. Access to the unwilling donor has proven difficult since harvesting, but if I'm afforded the opportunity, I shall pass along your gratitude. Beheading the bitter roots. The Grimforge region is an important choke point as it controls access to Moonrise Towers via the Underdark, but Grimforge is occupied by the Durwagar Bitterroot clan. Though not numerous, these Wagar are a band of tough combatants and could prove inconvenient obstacles should we need to move military assets quickly through the region. These Wagar must be neutralized accordingly. Let a team of Orin's crack doppelganger assassins be assigned to the task of killing King Gurdon, the monarch of the Bitterroot clan. After the assassination, the team is to gather Gurdon's head and especially his crown before ensuring that both are hurled into the chasm of steps. The Bitterroots, unable to crown a new king, will fracture into quarreling subclans, the leader of which can only be by one tadpole, disciples well on behalf of the General Catherick. They're just handing out tadpoles to anybody now these days. Anybody. They're just handing them out like candy. Oh, we can't take those ones. Those eyeball things were watching us.
Seen our special guest. The general had her brought to the roof straight away. Big plans, I'd say.
Seen the view out west from the terrace? All those beasts camped under one banner. That's the Absolute's power. The General's power.
I see, so... the army that was out there on the road to Baldur's Gate, I think the plan is for them to attack Baldur's Gate. Suspicious sounds.
No time to dally.
It's red. See, the door's red, so I don't think we want to mess with that one.
Moment.
I don't think we want to mess that door. Yeah, it's also red.
General Thorm's prayers and preparations must not be disturbed. The rooftop is off limits to everyone.
Even you, Disciples Rel?
Everyone. Keep watch and ensure that nobody passes. Excellent timing, true soul. The goblins. Tell me how they suffered. No, better yet, show me.
Her mind enters yours abruptly, flickering across your memories in a blaze of excitement. She sees the goblins walking free, and a burning rage fans across your mind like wildfire.
Explain yourself.
Dead, they're waste. Free, they spread the world of the absolute. Oh my gosh. One more chance. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Yes, word of the Absolute's mercy, and mercy is not in her vocabulary. I was hoping you'd be able to help with something more important, but you're only fit to muck out the jail cells.
Show some respect, I'm a true soul.
That won't keep my blade from your throat if you continue to disappoint me. Let's see if there's anything interesting in this brain of yours.
She parts the folds of your mind again, touching your wants and hopes, tasting them. Every emotion soaks into her mind's palate. But there is purpose to her exploration. She is searching for proof of your faith.
Romantic desires. Of care for Shadowheart. Let's do this one. Think about Shadowheart. There you go.
You took pity on one of Shah's sorry little followers. Or was it genuine affection? Let's take a closer look. With the Absolute, your fantasies can become more real than flesh. The pleasures of the mind can surpass those of the body. I have already been blessed to stand in her presence. It was bliss. She gave me everything I wanted.
Everything? What exactly do you want?
To take without asking, to feel without doubting, and to kill without consequence. In a word, freedom.
Sounds good. How do I get what I want?
By serving General Thorm. I have a mission for you.
That's it. Play along. The closer you can get to the General, the closer you'll be to the answers you seek.
Is it true that General Thorm is invulnerable?
Indeed. The Absolute's love for him has made him more than mortal. He is unstoppable.
Oh, do you? Well, it so happens that I have a price.
You feel her presence in your head again. She grips your mind, squeezing until your vision blurs with pain.
The Absolute's blessings have far greater value than any price you could name. Be wise. Obey.
Apologies, what do I need to?
There is a relic that General Thorm requires. He sent his most trusted advisor, disciple Balthazar, to retrieve it. The relic is beneath the Thorm family mausoleum. That is where you will find Balthazar. But we have lost contact with him. Go there, aid Balthazar if you can, and bring the relic home.
What if Balthazar is dead?
Death would not silence Balthazar for long. But dead or alive, he is lost. Whatever has become of him, it is the relic that matters.
What exactly is this relic he was sent to retrieve?
It is something that General Thorm desires, and that he has ordered us to retrieve. That is all you need to know.
She's suddenly nervous, on edge. Talking about the relic makes her anxious.
Talking of this relic makes you anxious. Why is that? Nope.
I don't get anxious, I get impatient. You have your mission.
You said you lost contact. What do you mean?
And I accompanied him. It was destroyed shortly after he left Moonrise. Hardly a surprise. We're protected here, but outside the shadows are hungry.
Understood. I'm ready to head out.
The shadows around the mausoleum are deep and hungry. You'll need a moon lantern to survive them. Take one from Balthazar's chambers. But don't pry. The last person who snooped into his secrets lost their head. I believe he uses it as a chamber pot.
Yee. Balthazar's room key. Alright.
You can pass. In the name of the salute.
Alright.
In my years as the Blade, I've witnessed countless cruelties, faced unimaginable evil. But Thorm, he is made of pure hate. The Sword Coast will rejoice when the bastard's fallen. My father is somewhere in this tower. I won't leave him in Thorm's hands. And lest we forget, we've a devil to rescue. 2 missions, 1 destination.
Any idea where we'll find Duke Ravengard now that we've reached Moonrise?
Not in a mere prison cell, certainly. My guess, Thorm will have confined him in the bowels of the tower. The deeper we dig, the closer we get.
Alright.
Wide, gaping sockets that see nothing. And still they seem to watch you.
Moonrise Towers. If this is indeed the very center of the Absolute schemes, then the source of our problem must be in here somewhere.
So it seems Ketheric Thorn did all this for his daughter Isabel. Almost understandable.
That almost is doing a great deal of heavy lifting. That man changes allegiances more frequently than a courtesan changes their bedsheets. At least he's proof you can turn from Shah and live to tell the tale. Though some may not call that living.
Fine. What's on your mind?
Interesting thing she just said there.
So, that's what people mean when they talk about butterflies in their stomach. Did you want something?
Lost the dialogue history. Oh well. She said something like... Right, so the thing is, like, so... Right, generally if you are a follower of Shar, Shar will generally try to murder you. If you try to betray her.
We're in the belly of the beast now. Try not to do anything too heroic.
right? Like, so, like, that's generally, like said, like, so that's pretty much all the evil gods. It's really hard to ever leave them, right? Then, like said, because they will pretty much murder you if you do it. Actually, some of, like, in the case of Umberly, like, if you're a cleric of Umberly, she'll actually drown you because you have to, they have the weird ceremony called the drowning. But, yeah, no, evil deities, it's really hard to ever leave them because you're kind of there for life. But yeah, I don't know. It's interesting that she said something about Catherick Thorm being proof that someone could turn away from Shar. Like, that's an interesting thing. Why is she concerned about that? But she's like that. If you can call that living. So you had a friend in Inverness. You never said.
You saw the extent of Flo's friendship. She'll lend you a hand, long as she can crush your spirit while she's at it. I knew never to let my guard down around her. She always made me laugh, even when I least wanted to. If she'd been completely different from who she was, we might have been real friends.
She gave you a note. What did it say?
Nothing worth reading. Cambion manipulation at its most obvious.
Pity. Sounds like she meant something to you in whatever small way.
I guess she did. Much as it makes me want to puke to admit it. Devils, you know. Fucking devils. They really screw with you, don't they?
Alright. Oh yeah, we actually got the letter. We could probably read that letter. Got a bunch of letters, actually. Little gift. Where was the one taking perfumed letter? Sigh, I love you. There, I said it. And if we meet tomorrow, I'll say it again and keep on saying it till we're old and gray. Let's go to Baldur's Gate. I know it's risky, but so staying here. Last few months have been hard, but they're always a little easier with you there. Leave your boat and meet me at the hill overlooking the old bridge. Doing whatever you can carry will make you do without the rest. Don't be late. Dwarf's poem.
I'd love to, thanks.
Got the, oh, here it is. Parchment. Oh. The way I've read that one. Did she get the letter? Got the coins. Thought we got a letter when we got those coins. I forgot to read it, but maybe that was just so we could talk about it, and now it's... Alright, well...
It is not your time yet, Blessed One. The rooftop chapel is reserved for the General's private contemplation, save for those he chooses to ascend.
This must be the place. We have to get inside.
How is one chosen to ascend?
I'm sure you have done a great many things to get this far, true soul. But above, you will stand in her very presence. Such an honor requires more. Disciple Zrel has given you a chance to earn that honor.
What's with the skeletons? Is the absolute dabble in necromancy now?
Her design does not end at the grave, Blessed One. You will serve, whether you ascend or fall, and I find use for even the fallen. I hope that is some comfort to you.
A necromancer.
You think you hear a whisper, but perhaps it was just wind drafting through a dull and empty thing.
Not read anymore. Balthazar's rune key. Balthazar, sorry, Balthazar. Alright, class book. This is a log on the work of one of Balthasar's necromancer, Cressa Bone Daughter, dated 210 days ago. After the state of the fallen was in, I never expected Cressa would be able to save it. I was hoping this herb thing would die. That's what it would have wanted. It's not as if Cressa studying it is going to prove much. It was damaged in the attack, far beyond what the mere tadpole could do, but she seems fond of the foul creature. Let her play with it. Another entry seems to be written a log dated 10 days later. I should have, in hindsight, let Cressa keep her pet. Ever since it was shipped onto one of the nautiloids to be deployed, she has been inconsolable. It won't survive out there. Needs me. It isn't like the others. A feral thing will make a fine warrior of the absolute. And now, my best sin is distracting about Pa. She'll come to heal us again soon enough. Engraved Githyanki disc. Can't read it. Alright, that's weird. Alright, I guess it's bugged. Ooh.
Wish I had a bag of holding. What's that?
Note, install a drain beneath the library's conventional medicine shelf. It's wasteful to let all that blood seep through the flagstones. It'll rust the spikes besides. The line slashes through above. The same hand and fresh ink below. Disregard. That smell gives me sweet dreams. Okay. Gross. Human spellcaster. Tutoring book. Oh no. Alright, well that is not what I was expecting. Hopefully it doesn't cause us to aggro like through the rest of the place. Alright. Oh wow, that initiative bonus I think helped.
Forever dauntless.
Nothing will stand in my way.
Oh my word. Count on me.
Alright. Okay, well, they probably don't want to try those books again. Swift and sudden death. Forged books. Its pages signed and tattered, though its contents have been rendered illegible by some unknown phenomenon. Still possible to make out the dedication. Those who doubted me, may the storm claim your final breath, and the earth reject your rest. Potion of healing recipe. This small recipe has helped me through a lot. Without my skills, my hide smarts and tears with the slightest touch. While never healed fully, every drop soothes. I hope it might similarly soothe whatever ails you. So I filled the rest of this page with repetitions of, why is it always the healing potions, this goddamn primitive village, and the occasional someday I'll kill the mongrel master. Luckily, the recipe itself is still mostly legible. Recipe 1 for potion of healing. Salts of rogues, morsels of suspension, myrgrass, Stir the suspension vortex across, carefully tipping the salt. Keep stirring until the salt is dissolved and the solution takes on a red hue. And keep in mind, when doubt with alchemy, just recall the rule 3, thrice ingredient forms an extract excellent. Sounds familiar.
Here, I hope.
Book of Drow, recipe for drow poison. Entry is Master Alchemy Haskins Zelhifin begins the formula for drow poison. Combine essence, swarming toadstool with any salts, and lo, you'll have a dose of drow poison as dark as goddess lost temper. Time was, I would grimace at the prospect of poison. Not that I think it's cowardly, I just didn't think that was my legacy. A skilless dragonborn who wrote some books that jilted scum used to poison their heartbreakers. My old friend Nikros tried to convince me that such poison better equipped adventurers for danger on the road. What a crude, happy-go-buck reality attitude. Adventurers make up a sliver of the Sword Coast populace. Mostly it's folk trying to get by. In this day and age, that means poison your ex-lovers, or some man who stole your prize goat, or some woman who called you a crabby little bitch behind your back. Well, I say go ahead. Use my work however you want. Yeah, no, said Faerun is a pretty, brutal setting. Balthazar's personal notes. Request from the next caravan. Any works by Morden Kynan must catch up on current events. No Volo better Century of Ignorance. Hint Velen. Old zinc like no other. Could harvest from alkali. New copy of Switch Sudden Death for Life. Current volume badly scorched. Alright, come on. Goblins, the Magalibiot Gambit. Goblin troops, though crude and a bit dim, are valuable because they are adaptable and can be fitted in a number of different military roles, excelling as archery skirmishers and war cavalry scouts. If rigorously drilled, some can function as disciplined phalanxes armed with half-pikes, and even the ones who can't be trained to march in step can serve as prime catapult fodder. The key to recruiting your tribe of goblins is their profound respect for their priests, who can lead tribe members in the worship of all-conquering Magalubiad. Therefore, let the high priests of the 7 tribes, the southwestward coast, be invited to a grand council, a feast where they will be well-fed, well-flattered, and well-lubricated jugs of plonk laced with a mild paralytic. The priests will awaken with new guests in their crania and be led into docile devotion to a new and greater god than Maglubiad, the Absolute. Trust me, where the priests go, their warriors follow. Advisor Balthazar. Interesting.
I'll take
Lies.
Can't afford to stay idle. Let's pop you open, shall we?
Oh, this is a Phil. There you go. Your revision cloak. Heal yourself for 1d4 hit points. Oh, Vivacious Cloak is what says she gains hit points when casts a spell while in melee. Ah, that's why. That's where she gets those hit points from. For some reason she's getting 8 instead of 7, but maybe it's because of some other bonus stacking with it. Alright, so... Oh, there's a lever here. Alright.
At least things have stayed interesting.
Locked. Okay, so wait, what's the point? Oh, there's a book here. Card prayer book. My dark goddess, when I lost my daughter, I learned my purpose. My dark goddess, when I lost my purpose, I gathered the flock. My dark goddess, when the flock was full, I punished the wicked. My dark goddess, when the wicked struggled, I struck them down. My dark goddess, I am yours. Punish the wicked. Interesting. Oh, hey. This is back to where we began. This is back to the front. Huh.
Brother took my meat. They swoop and steal. We stoop and struggle.
Okay, so... I kind of think maybe we do have to go through that door. Not finding the thing we're supposed to have.
There is work to do. Oh, what are you hiding?
Oh, it's a 30 check. Ain't gonna get that, no way.
No time to rest.
But where is this moon lantern supposedly supposed to have? Oh, there it is. Moon lantern. Not proficient. It's fine. Yeah, so we don't really use weapons anyway on this character. That's fine. We don't need to be proficient with it. We just need to have it equipped, I think. Okay, so there's the... Alright.
I see you've taken it upon yourself to rescue Isabel for General Thorm. And before I even ordered you to do so. Trying to make me look bad, true soul?
I don't know. Is it just because the Marcus fight went badly that we got this for getting credit for rescuing her? Did what I had to. Marcus didn't seem capable.
I did what I had to. I was only following orders. I had no choice. Lackey's words. Leave them to the thralls and goblins downstairs. You are a true soul, and there is more work to be done befitting your station. General Thorm has his precious cleric of Selûne by his side, but he's still short a necromancer. Balthazar is still missing. Your success with Isabel will count for little if you don't find him.
I had a few more questions about the mission.
Oh, good. I love answering questions.
Infiltrate Moonrise powers. The Strifles are impressed that we captured the cleric Isabel. She reminded us that Balthasar is our current priority. Alright. Gift an absolute. Ah, there's a parasite in there, huh? Oh, yep, looks like we got one more parasite. I haven't used them because it's... I don't know, we said we had that weird cutscene. I'm like, I think that's a bad idea. Like, I think it's a bad idea to use those. Moon Lantern looks cool, though. Okay, so can't go that way. No, where did we come in? I'm lost. Doors turn red, so I'm always like, I don't want to hit at the door. Oh, here it is. It was this way. Alright. There's a basement in this place, too. It's funny, that lady made fun of me earlier because she was reading my thoughts and... It's like said, she's reading my thoughts and I was focusing on Shadowheart. She's like, what, do you actually pity one of Shar's worshippers? Or is it actual genuine affection? It's like, hey.
I caught a glimpse of Ketherick and Sorel. Wouldn't have the gumption to stick my nose in, like you did, mind.
Times are changing fast. Glad I'm here to see it.
I heard you put in a good word for our mates. Cheers.
Friends. Alright. That's the exit. There's the eye following us.
You'll find traders in the entrance hall. Absolute draws coin as well as pilgrims, eh?
An honor, true soul.
Her eyes upon us all.
Nothing of value.
Just a pinch of
Oh, this is the one lady. I remember her.
hallucinogenic.
And this guy, so that's...
The Absolute will eat this cleric's light. But it won't be enough. Not nearly enough.
Yeah, so that's they're talking about Isabel. I thought it was weird for like so they're talking about everyone's talking about Isabel. Alright, see.
Sister, pray with me while we wait.
I'm not worthy. I never learned the words.
Yes, you did. She gives them to you.
Okay, so there's stairs right here. But maybe we should go to camp first, see if we can talk to Jaheira. Alright, actually hit the wrong one. This is a different campsite.
I've been catching myself smiling more lately. I think that's your fault.
Well met.
Let's see, actually. Talk to Jahira. We might have news to report to her.
Yes? You have news?
What were we supposed to report to her? Surely you can join me on the road.
I need a little time. But I will gladly join you at Journey's End. So long as it leads to the grave of General Ketherick Thorm.
So what now?
You know your task. Ketherick Thorm clawed his way free of death. Find out how, so we can send him back.
Alright. That's the report yet.
I fear we do not have the luxury of time. Last light has fallen. We alone remain to stop Ketherick from marching on the city.
Alright, so we need to find out, like, why he's invincible, I guess. Alright. Let's leave.